This tutorial is designed to familiarize you with using NoodleTools, a full-featured online citation manager and reference list generator offered through the library to students of KVCC. It can save you a lot of time and work getting your works cited list together. It's also a great way to keep track of the sources you research for your paper and keep them easily retrievable for later use, whether you wind up using them in your final source list or not. If you do not have a clear idea about what citation is, why you need to know, and what citation formats are, consider watching these videos on KVCC Library's Citation LibGuide first. To access NoodleTools, go to KVCC's website at kvcc.edu. On the top blue navigation bar to the far right, click the Libraries link. Just below the ValleyCat catalog search window on the library homepage, click the third bar labeled Citation Guides, NoodleTools. Under Research Links on this page, click NoodleTools. Sign in here if you've already created an account with NoodleTools. If you have not created an account yet, click Register at the bottom of the left side of the page. The sign-up form will ask whether you're a student or KVCC staff member and your projected year of graduation. Then it asks you to create a username, and then you click the button below to determine that no other user has already claimed that login ID. Make sure you can remember your username and that you save it where you can look it up again in case you forget it. The only way to recover your username is to go to NoodleTools homepage, click Support, and then New Support Ticket to send them an email and wait for a reply. Now you create your password and retype it in the field below. Then provide an email address, your initials, and the last 4 digits of your phone number for easy password recovery via email, which is much simpler and faster than the process for recovering your login name. When you click on Register from the sign-up page or sign into your account, you'll be taken to the Projects page. This is where all your research projects and associated lists of sources can be accessed. To start a new project, click the green New Project button in the upper left of the screen. The Create New Project menu opens. Here you name your project and choose your citation format by clicking the appropriate radial button. Under Citation Level, select the Advanced option. This represents the full depth of detail required for college-level citation standards. You will then be directed to the project's dashboard. There are tools here to help organize your research, including fields to record your research question and the thesis of your paper. Below, you can keep a to-do list of tasks related to your project. Another tool to help organize your paper which may be of interest, virtual note cards, are offered on a tab on the NoodleTools navigational bar above. Since this video is mainly concerned with the citation management options in NoodleTools, let's look at those functions by clicking on the Sources tab. This is where we'll populate our list of sources we investigate, including those we decide to cite in our paper. Let's start with a simple book in print. We start the process of creating a citation entry for this book by clicking Create New Citation in the upper left corner of the page. The first step of this process is to indicate through which format we're viewing this source, be it a database, web page, or something else. Since the source for our example is hard copy, we will choose Print or in hand. This selection reveals a long list of possible types of print sources. The obvious choice for our example is book. A form opens, tailored to the type of source and format we've indicated. The type of source can be altered from the drop-down menus if necessary, and the format can likewise be changed by clicking the appropriate tab. The form changes according to what we indicate. We need only type in the pertinent information for each field, and NoodleTools does the formatting. A guide for the format selected for the project can be opened by clicking the blue Guide button in the upper right of the page. This will indicate which items of information about this particular type of source are required for the long citation. Not all fields in the form necessarily need to be filled out. We need to only be sure we provide what is needed for the format. To cite an entire book, we can find all the required information from the front and back of the title page near the front of the book. To enter authors, editors, compilers, and other people who helped produce the book, We click the drop-down field under Contributor and indicate the role the person played and then enter their names. For multiple authors or to add more contributors, click on the Add Another Contributor link to add another line to fill out. Using the format guide provided, fill out the remaining fields. Little screen tips and caution signs pop up as you type to remind you about capitalization rules and other format-specific concerns. Click on these for suggestions. At the bottom of the form, there's a checkbox to indicate whether or not you wish this source to be listed in the final list of works cited for your paper. It defaults to include every source, and this can of course be changed later. When the form is completed, click Save. There's also a Save and Add Annotation button, which you can click to type a summary of the source if one is required for an annotated bibliography. In that case, type your annotation and click Save. This can also be added or changed later. Your new citation now appears in the chosen format on the Sources page. You can return to the form for the source by clicking the blue Options button at the far right side of the page and selecting Edit or Edit the Annotation. You can also copy or delete the entry. The in-text reference link will direct you to a guide to how the corresponding in-text citation for the source should be presented. To show you a couple more of NoodleTools' most useful and convenient features, let's add a second entry for an electronic source. This source will be an article from an academic journal contained in an article database accessed through KVCC Library online resources. So we'll choose Database as the format and Journal as the source type. The form that opens now contains a section for information about the database, including the name of the database and the website address. Below are sections for the article itself where the author or authors and other contributors, title of the article, and page range can be indicated. Lastly, a section where the title of the journal containing the article, its publication info, and specific issue number can also be filled out. The format guide for this specific type of source is also present. The same Save features appear at the bottom of the form. But why fill all that out if you don't have to? Many academic article databases feature citation tools of their own. If we look at our article in ProQuest and find the citation feature on the toolbar there, we can generate our own citation in the desired format, copy the citation, and then use the Quick Cite option in NoodleTools by clicking the Copy and Paste Citation link at the top left of the form. In this view, we can paste our citation into the large field in the middle of the form. We can still save, create an annotation, or check or uncheck the box to list the source in the typical way. Our second entry has been added to the source list in proper format and ordered alphabetically. An option button appears to the right for the source as well to enable returning to the form and editing as necessary. Because the citation included a web address, it also conveniently links back to the online article, so we don't have to track it down again later. This makes keeping track of database articles and websites easy. Repeat the process for each source you want to add until the list is complete. If you need the same source list in a different format, click the Projects tab. Click the Format link in the Style column for the project and follow the instructions. Refresh the page in order to see the project in the new format. A backup copy of the project in the original format is also automatically generated. When you're ready to add your list of works cited to your paper, click the Print Export button at the top of the page. There are several options for export format. If we choose Microsoft Word, the page downloads, and we can then add this to the end of our paper. One last note about citation generation software. Remember that computers are only following instructions and can't otherwise tell right from wrong, so there is still some chance for format errors. Make sure to proofread your results and make corrections if you find any errors. NoodleTools can save you a lot of time and energy getting your list of full citations together and formatting it, and also organizing your research and writing efforts. However, it cannot really substitute for a solid knowledge of your format. Purdue's online writing lab is a great resource for looking up what you need to know to make sure everything is presented according to citation format rules. For a thorough introduction to using this resource, check out the Purdue OWL video tutorial on KVCC Library's Citation LibGuide. If you feel unsure what to do after reading Purdue OWL or any secondary source, consult the official format manual for the definitive rules of your format. The library keeps these on hand for your use. Also be aware of any additional requirements or exceptions your instructor has specified for citation and formatting of your specific assignment. Your instructor always has the final word on citation requirements. As always, if you have further citation or research questions of any kind, library staff are standing by to help.